Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Throwdown. It's the June 20th, 2020 edition. I'm Caleb Black. He's Luke Williams. That's the mighty Max Fury.
I'm here.
And we are changing the Impact segment because Impact has been getting good.
It's been getting better.
It's been getting better. And so from now on, we're going to include Impact on the weeks that it is good with this week's breakdown. And the weeks that it's bad, then we're going to go back to referring to it as taking an Impact.
So do your jobs.
But this week, I cannot believe that we created this segment like 3 weeks ago, and we couldn't even seriously get through talking about an Impact broadcast. And this week, I'm giving a 4-star rating to the opening match. It was the North versus the Rascals, Wentz, and the other member whose name I can't remember, but it wasn't Trey. It's the other
Trey
member
was
of the tag
attacked,
team.
yeah.
What a fucking tag match.
Decent tag match, decent finish. The boys really put the work together.
It was psychologically sound.
It flowed.
The Rascals didn't overdo their flippy spots or didn't throw in a bunch of unnecessary flips with their strikes. They fought hard against the North tag team, and it was great. It was great, and
it really was.
Like that's why I keep talking about this FTR versus the North match, but this match is why. This match right here is exactly why I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
4 as well, hard 4.
We go back after the match, and Trey, the other member of the Rascals, has been beat up again for like the 3rd week in a row.
Yep.
Somebody's laid him out in the back, and we can't figure out who's doing it.
Because, there's not 30,000 wrestlers in the back.
It's not compelling, and I don't care. I don't care who keeps laying him out.
Let's go from that crappy part of a backstage promo to the North coming through the curtain.
Oh, so are you watching? Did you watch?
Did anyone watch this? Why is there not people watching through the curtain?
There's still one guy. I watched. Let me ask you.
Yeah, fantastic.
So
and the
good.
big wide shot of there being nothing but this guy is the biggest gorilla position I've ever seen.
Oh man, it was so much fun.
It almost looked as big, if not bigger, than the actual ring.
If they would do more vignettes like that, where they didn't do like the hokey ghost in the hallways, or
where they didn't insult your intelligence.
Yeah, where they slice James Mitchell's throat open in the hokey special effects way. If that's all it was, if they were just funny and they were engaging, Impact would go way up.
Well, and also we're not in the realm past this realm.
Yeah, we're
past
not,
that realm story crap that they've been doing.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious though. Kimberly wrestles Nevaeh. Nevaeh takes the win.
Of course.
It was okay.
For what it was.
I'll give it a 2.5.
Yeah,
on the upside.
Upside 2.5.
2. They've got such an interesting women's division with wrestlers like Jordan Grace, Tessa Blanchard, Taya Valkyrie,
Hogan.
What is her? Kylie Ray.
Yeah.
They've got really strong women's competitors, and I'm not saying Kimberly and Nevaeh aren't strong women's competitors. They're just women in this division I would have preferred to see on this week's episode.
Well, and here's the deal with all that is that we've watched now and everything for about 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
And have not seen either Kimberly or Nevaeh wrestle a match in the last 3 weeks. Why are you giving camera time to somebody you have not put investment in?
Yeah, I agree.
Sure, you had Kiera Hogan and the one that I don't like on the outside of the ring.
Yeah.
I get that you're trying to tie it in together, but neither one of the two women's wrestlers who were in the ring were even part of that storyline.
Yeah, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for them to be scouting in that moment.
Why would you put them at the forefront of the show for screen time when you could do that and promote the story?
Yeah, I agree with that. We go into a weird cancel culture semi-promo. Given the current climate and the fact that cancel culture's got several members whose names have been brought up.
Yeah, don't see that lasting much longer.
I'm really glad they weren't on TV. I'm just going to say it. Rahit Raju wrestles Rhino.
Not to mention, no one buys Rob Van Dam.
Rahit Raju wrestles Rhino. They've been putting Rahit Raju over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And he beat Rhino clean. Rhino beat him clean with a gore. So I don't know if that's the end of his push or if that's going to go in a different direction.
I think this is all to set up something more with him and Rhino.
Yeah.
I of course, anytime Rhino wins on television, I'm a happy man.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So, I mean, I can only stress enough that it was a decent, for what it was, a 3, solid 3.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3. It just wasn't a great time.
It was what you would expect of a mid-card.
Yeah. Rhino, obviously Rhino working with the, I don't want to say younger, more inexperienced talent because that doesn't sound right. Working with the guys you're not as familiar with.
That works better.
That's a great place for Rhino to be at, but I would also like to see him wrestling some of the top guys for Impact.
Agreed. Well, we come in like a house of fire, attacking Elgin after being released from the WWE. Actually, he wasn't even released yet.
No,
And wore a mask. Like, you didn't know that was Rhino.
look at
his
the legs, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
The legs, you know who
his legs are legendary.
His legs are huge till you get to his ankles. I'm not kidding.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
I mean, fantastic. He's got a physique on him. He needs to be in more top level matches.
We had a segment between Kylie Ray and Susie and Taya Valkyrie, where Taya was just bullying Kylie Ray and Susie a little bit. Much. Pretty generic. Taya, though, is a great
about as vanilla as you could possibly get.
She's solid in ring, so I don't know. Kylie Ray's a nice girl, I guess.
Yeah, she is. Jericho thinks so too.
Hernandez wrestled Moose for the TNA title, and I love that all throughout the broadcast, Josh Matthews is just continuously reminding.
That's not a title belt.
He's not a real champion.
It's not a championship.
He just took the title. It's a prop.
Of course, he's not the first. I remember when Jim Duggan found the WCW TV title in the trash can, and then was just like, "Yep, I'm television
champion now." But if Moose is owning it though, he's winning his matches and he's defending his belt.
Which, what a shitty way to get rid of the television title on Nitro. The champ's just like, I might as well throw this away.
I mean, Moose just found the TNA title on a desk. It was like, this is mine now.
Yeah, but it was a prominent part of that show. Like, it wasn't just like, hey, I'm gonna... Well, what's this? That's mine now.
Willie Mack has a very funny little video with the Deaners where they're
damn dirty Deaners.
Where they're insulting Chris Bay and
Johnny Swinger. He's the dried up hot dog in the back.
He's a gas station hot dog on the back of the rack.
Which, the sad part is he looks like he's run hard and put up wet.
It was so good.
It was good stuff.
I love Willie Mack. I liked this pro again. I
don't get the camaraderie between the
Deaners are baby faces, so I don't understand it. They should be bad guys.
Damn dirty Deaners.
Reno Scum goes on to wrestle Triple XL.
Greatest tag team name.
What, Reno Scum or Triple XL?
Both.
I'll give it a 2.5.
It's hard to beat AC.
AC Romero, yeah, it was a good match. I love Reno Scum's look. Like, they look kind of trashy, and they look like they're geared.
What was the dude's name? In Impact TNA, sure. That the Dudleys trained. That had the mohawk back in the day. He was a soldier. He went through the Team 3D thing. He come out with the big mohawk. He reminds me of Scum.
I remember what you're talking about.
He reminds me of the Scum
And I don't remember
guy.
his name.
I don't either. But
that's something we can look up later.
But yeah, he reminds me of that guy with the mohawk.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Yeah, man, what the fuck is that? Oh well. We get a little promo with Deonna Purrazzo.
Yes.
Where she made her Impact debut by attacking Jordynne Grace. I loved that her promo was about how we've been talking so much about how the women's promos have been scripted to be like, oh, I'm lost and I don't know who I am, and that's not at all what she did. No, she was like, I know who I am now. That's why I'm here. That's why I attacked
and I want
Jordynne
your
Grace.
title belt.
Yeah. I think it's a strong way to bring her in. I think it's a fresh competitor for Jordan.
You know what she should do?
If you even
no, listen to me. Listen to me. If Jordynne Grace makes the mistake of setting the belt down in the locker room, pull a fucking Moose. Just be like, that's mine. It worked for him.
That's how it works in TNA now.
It worked
Possession
for him.
is 9/10 of the law rule in wrestling.
That's right. Oh, I found this. I'm now the WWF Women's Champion. Sue me.
The main event was Ace Austin and Eddie Edwards in a street fight.
Okay. All right. Match. Solid 3.
Yeah, I'll give it a full 3.
Neck breaker spot on the bottom of the table leg? 4.
I've never thought. For those of you who don't know how this happened, instead of putting Ace Austin through the table like you would see normally, he turned it upside down.
Where it's like this.
And gave him a neck breaker on one of the legs in between the rungs. We were all sitting in my living room watching.
We watched it 4 different times.
Yeah, as soon as it happened, all 3 of us were like, oh my God! Because it was brutal.
And then, of course, the shimmy to the corner. Madman Fulton
shows up and chokeslams Edwards and costs him the match.
Austin wins.
Ace Austin's on a winning streak.
He is.
He's going to be one of the number 1 contenders in this 5-way Slammiversary.
Eddie Edwards is going to be part of that.
Yeah. So,
all in all, I give Impact a 4.
Impact had more wrestling matches than Raw did.
It had more wrestling matches than SmackDown did. Had more wrestling matches than the both combined, if I'm not mistaken.
And they were good matches.
They are really good matches.
I never thought I'd live to see the day where Impact would redeem itself, and they did it in a short amount of time. It didn't take them long.
Pinching myself. Trying to wake myself up. I can't believe we're even saying
Knocking on wood. What did you guys think about Impact? Are you watching Impact? Let us know your thoughts down below. Leave us a comment in the comment section after you like and subscribe. Send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/prowrestlingthrowdown. And stay tuned for Today in Wrestling History.